Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to another episode of irae. So, what's going to happen next? Well, let's not wait and check out, right? And so, after we took them up on their offer for dinner and stayed around to chat once we finished eating,
いつの間にかすっかり遅くなっちゃったな。
I suddenly realized that it was just before 9, and it wasn't particularly late for me, but it probably was for the church. Well, and it also meant it is dangerous around, right?
じゃあ、私たちそろそろおいとましますから。
Are you crazy or something? Let's wait for them to offer us the chance to sleep here because it's dangerous around. Damn it, Kasumi!
もう帰るの？もっとゆっくりしてけばいいのに。
Like overnight, right?
これ以上厚かましいのもなんなんで、神父さんもこのありさまだし。
Likely due to some prior misfortune or other, Father Trifa gulped down his wine and was now passed out in a heap.
情けない人。
She's not pulling punches on him, definitely.
泣きながら寝ちゃってるね。
本当にいつまで経っても子供で困るわ。
Let me repeat myself. It's dangerous around at this hour. And what's going on in our city? The female brigade showed no mercy.
藤井君も綾瀬さんも今日はいろいろとごめんなさいね。今後は彼もここで暮らすようになるからまた迷惑をかけるかもしれないけれど。
Now that I think about it, my chair really is loud when I move around a little bit even.
いえ、そんな迷惑なんかしてないですよ。私、面白い人好きですから。
Kasumi, please stop. Please stop.
あんまり甘くすると、一緒にお風呂入ってくれとか言い出すよ。
I'm not going to allow that. I'm gonna kick his ass. And trust me, I would not hold back because he's a priest. I'm not a fan of priests. I mean, I've never beaten any of them, but still.
それはさすがに、ちょっと嫌かも。だって、よかったね、藤井君。
Yeah. I wasn't really sure what she meant by glad, but decided to nonchalantly change the topic.
でも、なんでまた神父さんはこっちに戻ってきたんですか？確かメキシコの辺境に飛ばされたとか言ってたけど。
Well, I know, but because technically we don't know in the game. If you had a chance, would you choose Mexico or Japan? Where would you prefer to live? I mean, no offense or anything. Why would there be offense, right? It's just a choice. Where would you prefer to live? Well, I would choose Japan for sure. I mean, low crime rate and so on. For sure, the stress of work is high there, but because I'm dealing pretty good with stressful situations and so on, I guess, then I still could go there. Alright, never mind.
それはつまり、いろいろあって。
最近はこの辺りも物騒でしょ。正直女の二人住まいっていうのも怖かったから。
And he's supposed to protect you?
なるほど。
Does he know some, karate, kendo, any other fighting style? Himura and Sister Example witnessed the body of the first victim directly, no matter how stout-hearted, or rather disconnected, they may have been. It was unnatural to be scared by something like that. This might sound sacrilegious, but just because they lived in the church didn't mean that God would protect them. Well, let's face it, it was pure truth.
こんな人でもいれば何かの役に立つかなと思ったのよ。
Now that I've noticed something, how is it that she's a nun, and yet we can see her leg? And I would say we can see pretty high.
でもガードにしちゃちょっと頼りない気がしますけどね。
He knows magic.
じゃあ、藤井君が泊まり込んで私たちを守ってくれるの？
Yes.
あら、いいわね、それ。そうしてくれると、私も嬉しかったりするんだけど。
I already said yes, right? Of course, way to put me on the spot.
何よ、その顔。
お前こそなんだその顔。
Seriously, what was up with that really dirty look? Sister Lisa chuckled herself as she watched Kasumi and I exchange a silent glare.
ごめんなさい。冗談だから本気にしないで。藤井くんは綾瀬さんの専属ガードなんだっけ？
Well, she can stay there as well, right? I already said we are going Kasumi Ayase, right? Hopefully. Exactly, I'm your personal guard.
別にそんなことはないですけどね。
またまた、照れない照れない。
I was the embarrassed for. She was.
お前もな、そこで黙るなよ、うさんくさい。
うさんくさい。
There we go again.
はいはい。もうそういうの見飽きたから、それ以上はよそでやって。藤井くんも、彼女単純なんだからからかわないの。
But you know, Rea is really something else.
単純って、もしかして、私のこと、バカだと思ってないですか？
Hey, you know, she realized it.
きっと気のせい。
お前が短気なだけなんだよ。
Yeah, I also think that actually. Not an idiot at all. No, you know, she's cool. I like her. Heaving a sigh, I looked to Father Trifa. Unlike everyone else, he was flat out on the floor.
このざまじゃ、寝室まで運ぶの大変でしょ。俺がやるんで、部屋を教えてください。
あら、本当に？ごめんなさい。助かるわ。
But in that state, will he be able to protect the two of you?
構いませんよ。悪いけどかすみ、先に出て待っててくれ。
Not a good idea.
わかった。
Not a good idea.
じゃあ、礼拝堂で待ってるから。
Oh, well, if you won't go alone, then I'm sure it will be fine. The girls then left the room. After seeing them off, I proceeded to carry the drunk Father Trifa on my back.
よっと。
Whoa, he was a lot heavier than I thought. He may have been thin, but it seemed like his height corresponded to his weight. This would have really been hard on Himuro and Sister Lisa.
たく、聖職者が酔っ払うなよ。
Not surprised. I decided not to think about what would happen if he threw up on me or something. Yeah. Let's not think about that as well. As I voiced a few grams with him on the back, Lisa opened the door for me.
こっちよ、藤井くん。ついてきて。
But man, no matter how many times I visited this place, I never ceased to be amazed by just how huge of a church it was. I will never stop being amazed
本当にありがとう。助かっちゃった。
how many times I have troubles with my headphones. You're welcome. I took a breather after climbing a staircase at the end of a long hall up to the third floor, then tossed Father Trifa into his room. Talk about hard labor. They'd probably changed me out of his clothes, but I was in no mood to stay and watch that. Instead, decided to make a hasty exit. Besides, Kazumi and Himuro must have grown tired waiting for me by now.
藤井さん。
Uh-oh.
私、あなたとは仲良くなれそうな気がしますよ。またぜひ遊びに来てくださいね。
He woke up. What?
もう目が覚めたんですか？神父バレリア。
He's fast to recover, huh?
当然ですよ。私、酔うのも冷めるのも早いって、あなたも知ってるじゃないですか。
I think she's drunk. I think he's drunk.
まだ説得力に欠けますね。どうぞお休みになってください。あまり聞き分けがないようですと、ベッドに縛り付けてしまいますよ。
I like her as well. She's cool. Father Trifa's alcohol-flushed face went white as a wax model in the blink of an eye.
さあ、いい子ですから、おとなしく寝てください。
Seriously, what
なん
a...
でしたら、子守歌でも歌いましょうか。
Seriously, what a waste of a woman for a church.
いや、それだけはご勘弁を。 藤井さん、見てないで助けてくださいよ。
Hey?
ごめんなさいね、藤井くん。もうちょっとだけ待っててちょうだい。
ああ、神よ。なぜ我を見捨てたも。
Oh. Yes. Sister Lisa took Father Trifa back to the room as the latter let out a scream like he was being dragged to the depths of hell. I found it hard to keep up with them, so I just stood there slack-jawed for a while. Eventually, Sister Lisa came back out.
お待たせしちゃったわね、藤井くん。まったくあの人ったら、本当に全然変わらないんだから、困ったものだわ。
Yes. Remember, never get on the bad side of Sister Lisa. For I don't like calling her sister. Of Lisa. But what a waste for a church. Despite what she had just said, Sister Lisa... just when I said I will not call her Sister Lisa... yeah, but just Lisa. Didn't look bothered at all. Rather, she felt like a mother dealing with a problem child.
神父さんとは長い付き合いなんですか？
Well, definitely at least 10 years, right? I would say 15.
ええ、私の一番古い友人の一人なの。あんな感じでちょっと困った人だけど、いいところもちゃんとあるのよ。
For example, Sister Lisa Brenner, produced a warm smile. To Himura, she was like a friend, a sister, and a mother, all in one. I was apparently not what you'd call a sociable guy. Same, but this woman was an exception. I'm not surprised. Seeing her smile alone, resembling that of the Virgin Mary, helped me cheer up. I don't know how do you know the smile of Mary, but I will believe you. Thinking about how Father Trifa was paralyzed by that exact same smile, I couldn't help but feel pity for him.
まあどう見ても悪者には見えない感じの人ですね。先輩もああ言ってるけど、なんだかんだで神父さんのことが好きなんでしょ？
そうね。彼女はあれで照れ屋だから、きっと恥ずかしがってるのよ。
She's shy, really?
それにね。
Sister Lisa beckoned me with a smile. What was she up to?
彼女、もうすぐ誕生日なの。バレリア、神父様を呼び戻したのは、そういう理由からなのよ。
How the hell can a guy be called Valeria?
へえ。
Her birthday, I didn't know that. Huh?
いつなんです？
12月25日。クリスマスよ。覚えておいてね。
Seriously?
わかりました。
But wow, to think she was born that day, huh? A girl born on Christmas living in a church. God must have been looking after her. Then again, maybe she retracted that kindness after hearing her say she graciously punched Jesus.
よかったら、その日は一緒に彼女を祝ってくれると嬉しいんだけど。
Yeah.
いいですよ。霞にも言っときます。
本当？ありがとう、藤井くん。
She then tugged on my sleeve, making me realize she was almost as tall as me. Bringing her face close to mine, she...
Huh?
Eh? Wait, hold on, did she just...
感謝の気持ちよ。だからあまり深く考えないで。
What a waste for a church, damn it!
は
I scratched my still wet cheek. Well, that did leave me a bit surprised, but...
あ。じゃあ、そういうことにします。
こりゃレアも綾瀬さんも大変ね。
Eh? She might have said that with a wry smile, but I was still quite happy about Sister Lisa's frank expression of thanks, and I wasn't as blind to what was going on around me as she might have thought, or just not very expressive with my emotions.
それじゃあ俺帰りますから。
ええ。よければ下まで送りましょうか。
遠慮しときますよ。さっきので俺ちょっと舞い上がってますから。
まあ
It was quite an out-of-character line for me to draw, but I said stupid things because I happened to recall something stupid. For that said, it doesn't look like Sister Lisa was all that disappointed, judging from her reaction.
硬いのか柔らかいのかよくわからない子ね。相変わらず。
Is there a root for her, damn it? Assuming she meant that as a compliment. I will steal her from the church. That's my decision after all. We are stealing Lisa from the church, okay? After parting with Sister Lisa, I started walking down the empty hallway. I had thought about this earlier, but this church really was huge. It would put a school or a hotel to shame. I wasn't sure if the architectural style was Gothic or Romanesque, or whatever, but from a bird's eye view, the building apparently had the shape of a cross. A rather orthodox structure, if I was being frank. It was simply way too much space for 3 people. It must have been hell to clean, not to mention lonely with all those empty rooms. I wondered how Sister Lisa and Himura felt about that. It was better that it was just the 2 of them, but I didn't think Father Trifa would be much help. In fact, a place this huge would normally have at least 10 or 20 nuns. Although in that case, they probably wouldn't have allowed a man in. Feeling a bit giddy, I shook my head. Maybe carrying around the completely wasted Father Trifa made me a little drunk as well. Kazumi and Himura were probably waiting for me in the chapel. I didn't know what they'd say if I kept them waiting for too long, so I decided to get a move on. Go to the chapel. Explore the church. Well, I know, now. You know, you said that you should go to them, but at this moment comes my problematic feature. So basically I would freaking go and try to look around, because I don't know the place at all, so yeah. Explorer mode. Sorry Ren, you have to. That said, I was a guy and was full of adventurous spirits in my own way. Surely 5 or 10 minutes of conducting my own exploration wouldn't hurt anyone. I figured they allow me to wander around so long as I didn't go peeking into any rooms. I don't know about God, but Himura and Sister Lisa probably wouldn't get mad. And so I decided to explore around a bit. What will we find? Still, I wasn't expecting to stumble upon anything amazing. You never know. After walking around as much as I could, I went back down the stairs. I'd already kinda figured, but this church really was shaped like a cross. Bringing up my mental map of the church as I walked, I realized that the altar located in the upper part of the Latina cross was right below me. In other words, this was the tip, and I'd reached the end of my little one-man excursion. I was about to turn out and head there when...
あれ藤井さんじゃないですか。
Hello? Why the hell did this guy have to just appear out of nowhere?
どうしました？あなたは礼拝堂に行かれたものだとばかり思ってましたが。
いや。
He addressed me in a neutral tone, yet I still found myself somewhat taken back. True, I'd been wandering around for a while, but it should have been physically and chronologically impossible for him to cut me off. No. I don't know how old that building is, but there might be some places, some secret passages and so on. I mean, it's a big building.
忍者屋敷ですか、この教会は。
え？これはすみません。驚かせてしまいましたか。
どうやってこんなところに？
Magic.
秘密の抜け道です。
Told you, there might be something like that. What? This place really was a trick house, wasn't it?
教会とは大概そういう作りになっているんですよ。知りませんでしたか？
I knew it. I wasn't, but if Father Trifa said so, then perhaps it was true.
はあ。
I breathed a sigh of expiration.
それはともかく復活早いね。シスターからどうやって逃げてきたわけ？
まあ彼女は生真面目な人ですからね。騙すのはそう難しくないんですよ。水が欲しいとか言ってその隙に。
Not nice.
でもまだ逃げ回ってる最中ですから黙っていてくださいね。今見つかったら私半殺しにされちゃいますから。
But you see, I'm on very good terms with her and I'm going to steal her from the church, so I have to call her.
俺はいいけど、神父が嘘ついたらダメなんじゃ。
ですから、ご内密にお願いしますよ。シスターにも、神様にも。で、藤井さんはこんなところで一体何を？
なんていうか、迷ったみたいで。
I lied on instinct, even though I didn't really need to. By the time I regretted my actions, it was already too late.
本当は礼拝堂に行きたかったんだけど、こんなところに出てきちゃって、悪いけど道を教えてくれないかな、神父さん。
構いませんよ。しかしあなたも、私に劣らずなかなか方向音痴のようですね。
Yeah, mine is as well. Father Trifa produced a beaming smile, seemingly happy to have met a kindred spirit of sorts. Not exactly the best thing to find camaraderie over, but there was no way I could tell him the truth at this point.
さあ、神父さん。
はい。礼拝堂まで案内するんでしたよね。
Okay.
いや、その前に一つ質問。
I glanced over the door. Father Trifa had emerged from.
この教会って他にも抜け道みたいなのがあったりするわけ？
は？そんなことに興味がおありなんですか？
多少は。
If there were, I figured it would be cool to have him show me.
確かに他にもいくつかありますが、そう楽しいものではないですよ。そもそも脱出口の類ですから、陰気ですしね。
Well, I kind of had the idea that's what they are for, and they are not really well lit and so on. That's how secret passages are usually are.
脱出って何から？
Fire, more fire, terrorists,
敵です。
enemies. The way he answered right away bothered me a bit. What enemies?
なんというかですね。教会というのは古来から籠城場所に使われることが多いので、その名残ですよ。半ば建築様式の一環になっていると言いますか。
Huh. I wonder if the new churches that are built, well, in our times are built like that as well, still.
ともかく起源が起源ですから、あまり雰囲気のいいものじゃありません。幽霊とか出そうですよ。平気ですか？幽霊。
苦手。
うん。でしたらここらで探検はやめておきなさい。元気がいいのは結構ですが、古い建物には時に良くないものも混じります。お分かりですね。
Yes?
はい。
He must have seen through my lies somehow. I figured he wasn't a priest just for show.
さあ、それでは行きましょう。あまり女性を待たせるのも悪いですしね。
Despite having said that, there was something oddly disconcerting about the way Father Trifa carried himself. Almost like he was trying to flee from here.
どうも、ごちそうさまでした。それじゃあ、気をつけて帰ってね。
After once again thanking her for the dinner, Kasumi and I decided to leave.
二人とも、この辺りの夜道は暗いから、明るいところまで送らせてくれないかしら。
Who?
シスター。それはもしかして私に行けと？
ええ、そうですよ。どうやら元気が有り余っていらっしゃるようです。
しかしですね。私などがいたところで何の役にも立たないと思うのですが。
Yeah, with that I would agree, and also, well, let's not agree with that, but let's say that who will protect my Lisa and our Himura?
縦代わりくらいなら十分果たせるんじゃないかしら。
Well, he is tall. Despite having said something quite ominous, Sister Lisa's lips curled into a wide smile. Father Trifa turned pale enough that I was expecting him to faint any second, but, well, you reap what you sow, and all that jazz.
一応男手なら足りてるから気を使わなくてもいいですよ。そんなに遠いわけでもないし。それに神父さんが盾になるのは先輩とシスターのためなんでしょ？
そうです。その通り。それに私、実は長旅の疲労が溜まっていまして、お役に立てそうもありません。
But it's just being human shield. You don't really need to be in great shape for that.
ああ、残念だな。悲しいな。やっぱり旅費をケチって安い飛行機に乗ったのがまずかったのかな。シートがどうにも小さくて、こう、体をずっと丸めてたから、節々が痛いんですよ。
Would you believe something like that if I bred something like that? I would not. I mean, we do know, at least in Poland, how they have actually lots of money.
自軸臭いね。
実際、皆さんよりは年ですからね。
The priest spoke in a pitiable tone while brusquely wiping his eyes. Sisterly summarily heaved and exasperated sigh. Now that I think about it, I do complain a lot in this one about priests and so on.
ま、腰痛とか二日酔いとか気をつけて。先輩は風呂とか着替えとか気をつけて。シスターは胃腸薬と頭痛薬を欠かさずに。俺たちは幽霊と殺人犯に気をつけて帰りますから。さようなら。
また明日。うん。バイバイ。
これからもレアと仲良くしてやってね。
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't we be? Sister Lisa's motherly, well, she was humorous mother figure, but still. Remark prompted an awkward smile from me as I gave a light nod and turned to leave. However,
藤井さん。すみません。言い忘れていたことがありまして。少しだけよろしいでしょうか。
俺に？
I turned around to face the priest after he called out to me.
はい。申し訳ありませんが。綾瀬さん、彼をしばらくお借りしてもよろしいでしょうか。時間は取らせませんので。
But you know, we are outside, it might be dangerous.
私がいたらダメなんですか？
そういうわけではないですが、いえ、そういうことになるんですかね。ご理解いただけると助かります。
なんかそこはかとない疎外感を覚えますよ。
男同士の話ってことだろ？
Kazumi still didn't look satisfied, so I placed a hand on her shoulder and jerked my chin.
ちょっと先で待っててくれ。すぐ終わるから。
いいけど、エッチな話じゃないでしょうね。
He's a priest! Why would we talk about something like that?
そんなの知るかよ。
Well, on the other hand, we do know how... No, what kind of priest he is.
どうなんですか、神父様。
綾瀬さん。私は一応、神父ですよ。
I just pointed it out, right?
女の子と一緒にお風呂入るのが好きな神父様。
ですね。何か誤解をなされているようですが。
もういいから。お前もいちいち絡むなよ。
As Kazumi was getting too loud for comfort, I waved my hand to shoo her off.
じゃあ、なるべく早く済ましてよ。私だって怖いんだからね。
Yeah, I'm scared about her as well.
わかってるよ。目の届く範囲にいればいいだろ。
Convinced at long last, Kazumi trotted off to about 10 meters away. Now then, what did the priest want to discuss?
手短に頼むよ。知ってると思うけど、あいつすごい短気だから。
ええ、わかっています。ありがとう。それで、話というのは他でもない、あなたと綾瀬さんのことなんですが。お二人とも、生まれはこの町で？
違うけど、それが何？
I found myself taken aback by his unexpected question. Why did he go out of his way to ask me that?
俺もかすみも、今の学校に入学するときこっちに越してきた口だけど。
そうですか。いや、失礼。どうやら今、あまり良くないことが町で起きていると聞いたので、もしもこの町の生まれでないのならと。
Father Shifa waved his words in an unclean voice, his expression turning sour. In other words,
田舎に帰った方がいいんじゃないかって？勘弁してよ。
ですが。
ごめん。ちょっと待って。
Well, great. I scratched my head trying to choose my words carefully.
学校が休校してるわけじゃないんだし、そんなことできないよ。俺、ただでさえ日数足りてないんだから。心配してくれるのはありがたいけど、これでも一応、用心はしてるんだし。
一応とは、どの程度で？失礼ながら、 認識が甘いように思われますが。
食い下がるね。
Yeah. I felt a bit surprised. Why was he so worried?
先輩も休校にならない件で怒ってたけど、そんなに危ないと思うならそっちこそって話だろ。俺たちの心配なんかしてないで。
それは私は神に仕える身ですから。
十字架で追い払えるのは吸血鬼だけなんじゃなかったっけ？
I doubted that being a priest or a clergyman would ward off the killer's blade. In fact, it would only make him a more likely target.
心配するなとは言わないけど、他人のことばかり気にしてると自分がおろそかになるんじゃない？俺、そっちの心配もしてるんだから。
In short, having someone else excessively worry about you only made you concerned about them. Putting yourself first was of utmost importance. I got the feeling the world wouldn't be functioning so well if it were any other way. Everything would likely end up one-sided and incomplete. About hearing my unneatly rude remarks, Father Trevor made a troubled expression, his lips forming a gentle smile.
参りましたね。私の古い友人にもあなたと同じようなことを言った人がいましたよ。残念なことに、そういう人ほど創生しやすい。生きる速度が私のようなものとは違うんでしょうね。おかげでよく置いてけぼりを食らいます。ですから。
ちょっとストップ。やめてくれよ、そういうの。
That was some ill-omened stuff. He sounded like an old geezer. Seriously, what made Father Triff and Kasumi think that I was the kind of guy who'd die young? I mean, I did try to be a pacifist and everything.
だいたい俺は自分を第一に考えてるって言ってるのに。
そういう人ほどいざという時に事故を顧みないものなんですよ。危険な局面に置いて逃げること、または誰かに助けてもらうことを良しとしない。美観の問題ですが、あなたはそういう人のように見受けられます。違いますか？
Sure, I was guilty of that, but...
結局話っていうのはそういうこと？悪いけど説教ならミサの時にしてくれよ。なんだったら顔出すから。
いえ、そうではなく、私はただ。
ちょっとレーン、いつまで話してんのよ。
Told you, short fuse.
ああ。
And there it was.
ってわけで、なんか短気なやつが怒鳴ってるから、その話はまた今度。神父さんも俺の心配してる暇があったら、シスターにいじめられないように気をつけなよ。それじゃ。
The atmosphere was getting quite stiff, so Kasumi's short temper was honestly a blessing in disguise. Father Triff was quite the oddball, but he certainly liked preaching. No wonder he was a priest. Either way, dealing with people like that had never been my forte. However...
藤井さん、最後に一つ。あなたは先ほど、田舎に帰らないとおっしゃった。それについて、ご両親は心配されていないのですか？
Parents? What were those?
心配も何もあったことないよ。俺が赤ん坊の頃に死んだって聞いてる。
そうですか。これは申し訳ない。失言。
いや。
Oops, I clicked too fast. Parents or not, I just couldn't find it in me to feel sad over the deaths of complete strangers whose faces I'd never ever seen. I was the cold-hearted, unfitting bastard, I think. Rather, I figured it had more to do with human psychology.
では、会いたいと思いますか？もしそれを叶える方法があるとしたら。
質問が増えてるよ、神父さん。
I met his question with a bitter smile. How typical of a clergyman. One never reunited with the dead.
そんな気持ちの悪いこと思わないし願わない。そういうのを望む奴は頭がおかしい。
Driven not by love, thinking too lightly of death. I saw no beauty in that line of thinking. In fact, I found it extremely repulsive. People once lost could never be brought back, and that's exactly why we treasured them. So whatever came back had no value whatsoever. It was no different from equating human life to trash.
墓から這い出てくるのは何であれゾンビだよ。親でも友達でも恋人でも、そんな気持ち悪いものには変えられないし、変えちゃいけない。俺はそう思うけど。
なるほど。
What's with that face?
確かに、あなたのおっしゃる通りかもしれませんね。重ねて失礼。それではまた、ミサに来ていただけるのでしたら、続きはその時に。
わかったよ。
Well, I answered him, a nice enough guy and everything, but talking to him just made me feel all uneasy inside. And I really was terrible at dealing with these kind of people.
さて、
Suspicious. Father Shiva breathed a light sigh, and wearing a troubled expression watched the young man walk off into the distance. He had only intended to make some small talk, but it appeared he'd gotten caught up in conversation. The lights in the chapel were already out, indicating that Lisa and Teresia had likely returned to their own rooms. They were treating him rather coldly, but not much could be done about that. For now, that was indeed the more convenient way for things to be.
しかしまあ、正直肝を冷やしましたね。ただの釜かけだったのですが、まったくこれは。
Test him? The priest's troubled smile widened to a masochistic grin as he reflected back on that prior conversation. His shoulder wouldn't case trembling. Indeed, the departed could never return to life, nor should the living wish for it to happen. The dead would return to the earth, the living would mourn and pray. Most would no doubt label it as common sense. But the world was an intricate web of masks, and the true intentions lurking behind them. Two forms of common sense, one rooted in morals, the other birthed by sentimental arguments, would clash from time to time. In this case, which side would be the minority? In the simplest sense? Let's assume that our friend had died. Certainly neither we nor the deceased must have wished for this outcome. Then what had to be done? Even as we suffered from nightmares each and every day. Even as the lamentation of the dead tormented us to the point of insanity. Could one still cling to morals in spite of that? Yeah, for instance, what about merely thinking it? A convenient illusion, a cliché miracle. One could consider it infantile or ridicule it as stupid, yet even as they labeled it sacrilegious, blasphemous, or taboo beyond belief. Did most people wish for their loved ones to come back?
あなたはどう思いますか、レオンハルト。
Hello, who are you? That's the one previously. Suspicious. Accompanied by the whole the wind, the girl approached the priest from behind. The priest witnessed the whole thing from beginning to end. She had no presence at all, but the two of them likely maintained an unspoken bond, for the Shiva showed no particular sign of being surprised at all.
どうとはつまり彼の意見に対してですか？
ええ。何かしら感じるところがありましたかね。
別に何も。思想は個人の自由です。
つまり気分は害していないとおっしゃる。怖いですね。冗談ですよ。ともかく私としては助かりました。あなたが抑えてくれたのはもとよりカインに聞かれなかっただけでも僥幸です。あれはいささか手に負えない。
であれば不用意な発言は控えていただきたいと思います。
Kain? Who's that?
あなたは少し昔からいたずらが過ぎる。
確かにこれは宦官の至りですね。以後気をつけるといたしましょう。
Trifa sounded a lenient chuckle while readjusting his glasses. Sighting girl proceeded to give him a sidelong glance.
無礼を承知で言わせてもらえば軽挙妄動ではないでしょうか。中の彼女たちにしてもそういつまでも騙されてはくれないでしょう。ただでさえあなたの魂は巨大すぎます。本来ならもういくらか場が整うまでシャンバラに入るべきではなかったと思いますわ。
それは前にも言ったでしょう。副首領閣下の砲術は私ごときの侵入でひび割れるほど脆い代物ではありませんよ。まあ勇み足だったのは認めますがね。我々には過去があります。若いあなたにはわからないかもしれませんが、少しはそれを信じなさい。
カゴン？もしかして神のですか？
いいえ、私の神はもういません。では何のという指摘もあるでしょうが、とりあえず今そんなことはどうでもいい。ただやるべきことをやるべき時に。リザとテレジアにはまた嫌われてしまうでしょうが、これも務め。なればやむなしといったところでしょう。私の言いたいことはわかりますね。
はい。
結構。でしたらば行きなさい。現場の判断はあなたに任せますが、ベイとマレウスがやりすぎるようなら止めるように。あの少年、どうもきな臭い。うまく言えませんが、何か良くないものがついている。まあ、このシャンバラはおかしな人間が生まれやすいし、集まりやすい。当たり外れはともかくとして、網にかかれば試すことにもなるでしょう。結果、何が釣れるかはわかりませんが。
それ次第で臨機応変。了解しました、ゲイカ。
頼みましたよ。あなたには期待している。
For a polite note, the girl turned to leave. However, in a sharp contrast with her otherwise culture, the manner, the way she carried herself appears to suggest a clearly rebellious will. Merely exchanging words with the man seemed to make her sick.
やれやれ。どうも嫌われていますね。
But that too felt only natural. While the priest's heart bled at the notion of receiving the young maiden's distaste, had no time to waste on bettering their relations. For indeed, he had many tasks to attend, desires to fulfill, goals to achieve, a craving that burned right in his chest, never to be extinguished, a sentiment so unlike him, both as a man of God as well as one in his position, and yet...
残念ながら、私は俗物なのですよ。ネモアンテモルテムベアトゥス。そんなザレ言、かけらも信じられないのでね。
Indeed, he had many a task to attend to, for in order to realize those fairy tales of the young and fair, at least one demon was required to labor tirelessly in the background, away from prying eyes. Time was of the essence, for those devils in human skin would soon return. In order to prepare for the coming of the day, the priest would take all the measures he deemed necessary. And so tonight's opera would no doubt turn out to be one worthy of remembrance.
でもさ、あの神父様素敵だよね。お父さんみたいな感じがして。
Alright, they seem to be on the move now, or they already arrived at their houses. So let's end the episode first, and then we will go to the talk in the next one, and we'll see how it develops with time. For now, hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.